Hi everyone. It's been a while since I've been on this channel, but I thought I would start documenting what I'm going to do with this next part of my life. What it is during the pandemic, I decided I'm going to retire. I can retire at 62, and I'll be 62 in January. And I just thought it was time to stop working and start living my life. And what I've always wanted to do is camp. And I haven't really been able to because I'm a single person, a single woman, and you know, it's kind of weird. I never thought I could. But I got online and found out there were a lot of women, single women, retired, older women that are going out there on their own and camping in caravans and traveling the country. And when I heard that, I was like, that's what I want to do. I was raised, our vacations were always camping. My parents couldn't afford to take us anywhere, so they'd take us camping. Now, what they call boondocking now and dispersed camping, where there's no electric and water or nothing, you're just out there in the woods on your own, that's what we used to call camping, but now they call it boondocking. But that's how I was raised to camp. Since I was a little girl, that's what we always did. And then when I got to be a teenager, once again, that's the way I always camped. Later on, when I got much older, I was at an RV park a couple times with some people, or we camped in campsites. But I always go back to how we were raised, and we were raised to camp. And I really thought, well, I can never do this because I'm a single woman. You know, I can't just go out there in the world. But apparently, there's hundreds, maybe thousands of women doing this. And a lot of them are doing it because their Social Security isn't very much money, and they can't afford to pay rent. That is not my problem. I own my home. But when I decided to retire, I was like, well, this is wonderful. And then I kind of paused and said, what am I going to do with all my time? I mean, I can only garden like 6 months out of the year. What am I going to do? And strangely enough, I had never seen this before, but in the recommended on YouTube, this cheap RV living popped up as recommended, and I started watching it, and then I got fascinated with all the women he was interviewing that had, you know, just threw everything in a car and took off. And their cars were bigger than mine. I have a Kia Soul. So I'll cut to the chase here. What I'm doing is I do want to get a van and travel in. But I'm looking for one now, and I have a lot to learn. And I'm going to build the van out, just buy a Chevy Express or something and build it out. But for now, I'm going to start camping in my Kia Soul. When I really want to travel, like to Arizona, across the country and everything and all that stuff, but I have 3 cats. And I cannot put 3 cats in a Kia Soul. So for now, until I get the van and build the van out, and probably it'll be 2022, so before I can actually take off with my cats. But till then, I've got this Kia Soul, and the state I live in has lots of national forest and I don't know about the BLM land, but there's plenty of free campsites here in Missouri. And I'm not going to go to the paid campsites. I'm going to go out there and boondock. But like I said, it was just called camping when I was a kid. So what I did was, the funny thing is this Kia Soul is too short for me, unless I was to take out the passenger seat here. There was another lady on Cheap RV Living. Her name was, I believe, Laura, and she was 5'7", and she could sleep right in here. I'm 5'9". There's just no way. With the passenger seat pulled all the way up, I have 5 feet 6 inches at most, you know. But I'm going to worry about that later. It's just for a few days because I can't leave for very long because I have cats at home. But it'll be a good way of getting used to it. You know, it's been 15, 20 years since I camped. But by myself, I lived by myself for forever, so I don't have a fear there. I think most of my fear is just coming from if my car breaks down or something like that. But anyway, for now we're going to work with what I have, and this is the Kia Soul. So today, the Friday before Labor Day, I took out the back seat. And luckily, I thought I was going to have my niece over here to help me get the whole seat out, but I just took the backs off. But because these metal things are hanging up here, I'm going to have to just take out this too, which is fine. I can carry. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to carry the back seats downstairs, but I think I'm okay. And then trying to remember where all the pieces go, or it's going to be a trip. But I'm going to try to do this without taking the passenger seat out. I thought if I laid with my head in this end and going that way, that when I'm laying on my back, I could always kind of just stick my feet between the two seats. I really don't want to take that passenger seat out. One of the reasons is I'd be driving around with only one seat in the car, and that's kind of weird. But also, I have to deal with the airbags. I don't know how to deal with that, and I don't want to. I don't want to totally rip my car apart, because this is going to be part-time camping for this fall. Hopefully I can get out. I'm hoping I can get out in October. I have to buy some stuff, but I'm just buying a little bit here and there. But I am retiring in January, so, well, that's a whole nother story. But I am retiring in January, and I want to hit these camping when there's not a million other people out there. So that means in the fall and in the spring before the places get crowded, because I can't stand crowds and I don't want to deal with them. That's why one other reason I don't like camping in campsites. It's crowded. Okay, I'm breaking in here. This video is getting kind of long, so I'm going to do it in a part 1 and a part 2. So I will be back.